So I've been using the Meta display glasses for around a month now, and while they're an incredible technological feat, I've noticed several major problems that keep them from being as good as they could be. So in this video, I'm breaking down the 5 biggest problems that I've found with the Meta display glasses. So if you're thinking about getting a pair, then you'll know exactly what to expect with these guys. And hey, if you enjoy honest breakdowns and reviews of smart glasses content like this, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Alright, so let's get right into the video. Let's jump straight into problem number 1. Now, it probably won't be a big surprise to anybody, but the first problem with these guys is that they're just a little too big. Don't get me wrong, the tech inside is seriously impressive, and I'm honestly blown away at what they can do, but still, they're just a bit oversized. I mean, just look at me right now. I look like I'm SpongeBob about to go jellyfishing or something. Probably like the best comparison. Anyway, a few weeks ago, I wore these glasses out to dinner with some friends just to see what they'd think. And right away, I got comments like, "What are you wearing?" Or, "Why are your glasses so huge?" Now, granted, once I explained what these glasses were and what they could do, my friends were actually impressed since they'd never seen anything like this. But even so, I still got those initial thoughts on the glasses. And even after that, I felt like there were some people around us that were giving me some funny looks. Though that might have just been inside my head or something. But bottom line, if Meta can shrink these down in the next generation, that would be a huge win. If they could get them closer to the size of the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, that would be pretty much perfect. Now, something like that may not happen for several more years in the future, but I'm hoping that at one point we'll eventually have something like that. Alright, moving on to the next problem, and ironically enough, it doesn't even have to do anything with the glasses. Problem number 2 is the neural band. It's just not that comfortable. Okay, but what do I mean by that? So if you're standing around and doing basic tasks, it's totally fine. But when you actually try to integrate it into your daily routine, that's where I found issues started to show up. For example, I've tried using it while typing on my computer, and it just feels awkward. The moment your wrist touches the desk when either using the mouse or typing, you could just feel the sensors pressing into your skin. Unlike a normal watch strap that's curved and sits flat, the neural band has this firmer, more rigid structure because of all the built-in sensors around the wrist. Over time, it kind of digs into your skin. You'll even start noticing marks on your wrists after wearing it for a while. It's nothing painful and it's nothing permanent, but it's definitely noticeable. And since the band has to fit tightly to get accurate readings and good responsiveness, you can't just loosen it up for comfort, because you'll completely lose all the functionality with the band. So while it's a pretty cool concept and it even looks really nice and clean, it's just not something that I found myself wanting to wear every day at all times. I think for the next version, Meta really needs to rethink the design so that it feels more natural and comfortable for more long-term wear. Alright, so problem number 3 is definitely more personal frustration with me, and the problem is that you can't screen share when using these glasses to show the in-lens display. That means if I'm trying to navigate through the different screens within the glasses, I can't show anybody around me what I'm actually looking at, which definitely isolates that experience to a more personal one, which isn't bad, but it's always nice and fun to share what you're seeing with friends or family. And I'm not saying that others should be able to see the in-lens display from the outside. I love the fact that the technology within these glasses make the display only visible to the wearer. I just wish there was an easier way to share your experience with the people around you. I know for creators like myself, this is really annoying because I've had to come up with these janky roundabout setups just to capture the display and show it on camera, and even then, it doesn't even look that great. It's way more complicated than it should be, and it totally kills the overall experience that smart glasses are supposed to have. And even outside being some kind of creator, imagine wanting to demo these glasses to your friends or family just to show off some cool features and what they can do. Well, you can't. You're gonna have to pass the glasses back and forth just to share that experience with other people. To me, this feels like Meta should have thought about something like this from the start. Being able to mirror or share your display, even through the app, would make the experience so much more social, accessible, and just fun overall. And sorta semi-related, but even something like the Meta Quest can do something like this where you can share your screen with someone else while using your phone. So that kind of makes me think that sharing your in-lens display has to be possible in the near future. The closest thing I've seen from something like this was when I went to go demo these glasses, and the Meta employee was actually able to screencast what I was seeing in the display onto his special phone. So I don't know if I've just missed something about this, or this isn't even a thing yet and maybe they had special admin rights or something, but I haven't found anything on this, and I wish that we could at least get that. But yeah, I mean, if we don't have it now, then hopefully that's something that Meta can add in the near future. Because for right now, it's just a major limitation for creators and basic users alike. Alright, moving on to problem 4, and that is, to probably no one's surprise, the battery life of the Meta display glasses. Meta claims that these glasses can last up to 6 hours of usage, but in reality, that really depends on what you're doing with them. If you're just listening to music or taking the occasional photo, you might get close to that number, But if you're actually using the features that make these glasses special, like the in-lens display, that battery is going to drain a lot faster. In my experience, I'd start the day at 100%, and after about 2 or 2.5 hours of heavier use, things like constantly using the display, I'd be down to roughly 10% battery. That's not even half of the 6 hours that was advertised. Now, sure, if you use them lightly, just for music or something, you'll get more time out of them, but let's be honest, the whole reason for buying the Meta display glasses is for the display itself. So if you have to hold back from using it just to save battery, that kind of defeats the purpose in my opinion. And that just kind of makes me mad because I feel like we're being lied to constantly by Meta when it comes to actual battery life. I just wish that they would show a stat for the battery life while on heavy usage. At least then there would be some transparency, but I think we both know that'll never happen. Overall, I'm still impressed on what these glasses can do, but the battery life needs a major upgrade in the next version. If Meta can increase that usage time, even just to a consistent 4 hours of heavy use, then that would at least be a step in the right direction. Alright, so now we have reached the 5th and final biggest problem that I have found with these Meta display glasses. And it's simply just that there is not enough apps to use within these glasses. Now, what do I mean when I say that? Well, basically, I'm saying that there's not much you can do with these glasses. A few weeks ago, I made a video breaking down every single app available on the Meta display glasses at the time. I'll link that video here if you want to check it out, but basically, to sum it all up, there aren't many apps with standout features. And here's the real kicker. There are 4 separate apps for messaging. 4. Why would anybody need 4 messaging apps within these display glasses? Look, I understand that it's technically better to have more options than to have less options for messaging, but when those 4 apps account for 33% of all the apps on the glasses, then that should be the sign to tell you that these glasses need more apps. When you break it down, the only features that truly separate the Meta display glasses from something like the Ray-Ban Meta glasses are live captions, maps, and the Hypertrail game. I'm not even counting Instagram because all you can do is use the messaging feature. No scrolling through reels or interacting with content. So yeah, basically 3 apps that make these glasses stand out, and one of them is a game. The bigger issue here is that Meta is keeping the glasses confined to Meta-only apps. I get it, they want to control the ecosystem for Meta products, I get it. But when Apple or Google release their own in-lens display glasses, they're going to have a huge advantage. Apple will likely integrate the App Store, Google will likely use the Play Store, and that just means way more options, more versatility, and overall a more compelling user experience. For an $800 pair of smart glasses, the fact that users are so limited in what they can actually do is a huge disappointment. Sure, maybe more apps will be added in the future, but as of now, it's just really restricted. And there you guys have it, the 5 biggest problems that I found with the Meta display glasses. If you want to see more smart glasses videos like this, then make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Alright, well now I want to hear from you guys. What did you think about these points that I covered? Did I miss any major issues, or maybe you think that these issues I did list aren't that big of a deal? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I always love to hear what you guys have to say. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.